Hey guys, I'm out birding on the farm. Really was not planning on making a video, but I thought, why not? Look at how high in literally the last 10 days. This is one of our hay fields. This is where we had the cows late last year. Horses are over there. And our hay is really taking advantage of all the rain and the heat. It's almost caught up to where it needs to be. So I guess I can walk you guys and show you around a little bit more. You can hear the birds. I don't even have my selfie stick, you guys, so this was absolutely not planned. Hang on to the camera a little here, or the phone. There you can see me. Hi everybody. My shadow. This is one of our pass-throughs. That is also our hayfield. A little more grass in that one than the alfalfa in the other, but the reason I'm gonna kind of sort of go down this cut through is a friend of mine gave me some bleeding hearts last year and I transplanted them, and here they are. They look amazing. They're blooming. Beautiful pink and white. Isn't that pretty? Very happy plant. Very, very happy native plant. So people like to tell me they're not native, but they are. Our local greenhouses all call them native. So I guess I trust them. I don't know. Oh, I picked up a couple of flowers at our greenhouse. Nothing exciting. And a new set of chives. My chives is getting invaded by grass, so I may try to start a new patch this year. Not a lot up here, and sorry this is wiggling, you guys. This is harder to hang on to without a selfie stick. That was storm damage. Same storm damage that flipped the boys' shed over and partially destroyed it last December, November, December, somewhere in there. I mowed today. Everybody's like, oh, are you doing no mow May? Yeah, the hay fields, that's no mow May. Everything else, if I let this go, we would probably blow up our lawnmower trying to get it mowed if it was as tall as that. That would be where it would be if I wasn't mowing. That's about as tall as it would be. You can see I got in here a little bit with the chainsaw. Got some wildflowers up here I wanted to show you guys. Some merrybells and a bluebell. Like a lone bluebell. There's some younger ones around and it must have seeded out, so that'll take a couple years before they start producing flowers. Almost can't see it because grass is really going crazy. We had a big old strong set of big old thunderstorm last night that lasted a couple hours. All right, so I don't know if it's easier for me to block it, but that's a bluebell, and then amongst the bluebells is actually these here are merrybells, and they're done blooming pretty much. There you go, you see that? And then there's actually a patch of merrybells behind it, but like I said, they're done blooming. Anyway, and amongst around here is some immature bluebells, so they will come eventually, but yeah, we definitely have kind of a combination here, which is cool. All right, then I tried to establish some wildflowers down in here, you guys. Can you see it? Oh my gosh, so excited. Look, I see bleeding hearts. Oh, I see lots of bleeding hearts. You guys, I did not think they were gonna work. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I bought some starter bleeding heart roots. You guys, I'm so excited. I see at least 3. That's exciting. Those will take off over a couple years, hopefully. So there's a little baby plant. And there is another little bleeding heart baby plant. This one here went crazy. Look at how nice that one looks. I don't remember if that one, I might have planted that one last year. I'm not sure though. Look at that one. It looks great. Now I gotta look around and see. I think I planted some white ones too. The question is, can I find them? Did they make it? Oh, some of my, oh, I see lots and lots of little wildflowers. I did throw a whole bunch of wildflower seed out here. That's wonderful to see. Oh, I'm so tickled that a couple of those bleeding hearts made it. I'd really like to know if the white ones were gonna come up. You guys see the wild violet? Got white and purple flowers. Oh my gosh, I did not expect to find those. They just bloomed because I walked by here not that long ago and they were not blooming. That's obviously the easy way to identify them, is when you see the flowers. So, oh, you guys, that's exciting. Be careful, I'm stepping on stuff, but that's awesome. Let's see if I can get out of here without falling. Good thing I got long pants on with bug spray on, because the ticks are terrible right now. Oh, you guys, that makes me happy. Get some established wildflowers going in some of these areas in the woods again. Lots of little natives. All right, so we're coming around to where, this is where the cows came across. That's my neighbor's gate way over there. Of course, in our next hayfield. So this one, y'all, this is alfalfa. Yes, there's grass in here, but this is a lot of alfalfa. And then this next field has more grass than alfalfa. There's clover as well. But there's a more of a mixture in this one. And then my neighbor, he has that field too. He just planted that last year with alfalfa, so it's a young field. And then I checked on, I have a really large patch of merrybells down back here, and they're almost done blooming. We'll see if we can find them for you guys. Better view of the merrybells than what was wrapped in with that one bluebell. Hear the red-winged blackbirds. So I just mowed today, you guys. We do like to walk around the property. I like to bird. Let the neighbors do come out and walk their dogs sometimes on here. I like my friends to come over. They often bring their dogs. We let them run around the hayfield and stuff. So that's up where we just were, and up at the top of that hill is where that bluebell and merrybell were. Oh, I'm so happy to see those bleeding hearts, you guys. That was cool. I put a lot of bleeding heart roots in the ground this year that I got at the stores, you guys. They just come as bagged roots, and I was pretty disappointed. I didn't think any of them were gonna work. Honestly, I haven't seen any of the white ones. And very few. It's surprising though, those flowered. So that was impressive. I don't know if the white ones have already flowered. Maybe they're just not up as much yet. So lots of places for birds in here. They're quiet right now because I'm talking too much. It's getting late too. They're more active in the morning. We're coming on, you guys. I'll show you one of our big ash trees. I mentioned that the emerald ash borer came through Wisconsin several years ago and just decimated every single ash tree in the state. And unfortunately, our woods was full of really big, beautiful, mature ash trees. Oh, we've got a lot of dead ones. It's really sad. So that's one right there. You can see there's no bark on it. Poor tree is just done. Dangerous now, unfortunately. Luckily, ash is a hardwood, but it's just going to keep breaking and dropping branches. So we've got even bigger ones that are dead. Got a lot of hardwood that needs to come down. Here's the pass through where I walked down to show you guys that first bleeding heart. Flowering trees. Chipmunks are yelling at me. All right, we should be coming upon the merrybells in a little bit here, you guys. As long as I don't walk by them. My sunglasses on, so we're not there yet. I'm sure I have a lone bluebell around here too, and I'm sure I've already walked by it. Actually, nope, there it is. So this is my lone bluebell. There are some babies around it. So there's a baby bluebell. So it'll have friends. And this little patch will continue. There's a couple back there too. This patch will develop eventually. Takes a long time for bluebells to self-seed, and then for those plants to mature enough to start flowering. All right, I see our merrybells. This is a big, beautiful patch. These are really difficult to propagate. They require very specific conditions. So that is a big old patch of merrybells. Pretty happy. I got those from a friend and they transplanted well, and they've just done really, really well. Oh. We should have hay ready to go. I don't know. It's going to depend on our weather. For sure by June 1st, I would think. But it's going to depend on the weather. If it gets really cold, if it stops raining altogether, or if it doesn't stop raining, that's going to cause problems. I try not to complain about the rain, you guys. We have been through a year where it did not rain for 4 months. Everything died. Trees died. The fields died. No corn crop. No soybeans. No hay. Lots of trees died. Plants died. It was bad. All right. Listening to the birds. So this is kind of where I was doing a lot of cleanup with the chainsaw. Lots of trees down, branches down. I did not do this one because this one is really dangerous. This one's going to require several people, and we just could not pull everybody together. But there's a path I kind of cut through, and there's a walking path in there I don't want to do because, you guys, I will trip and fall. Too much stuff. But I have some grape hyacinth here that the birds carried the seeds, and they must have been eating something, or they were eating the seeds and they pooped them out on the tree above. But amongst the violet, I have all these hyacinth that just suddenly showed up. So I mow around them until they're done. It's kind of fun. It's Mother Nature. That's how she propagates things. I do have in the woods here a lot of bluebells. I've got more trillium down here that I'm going to show you guys, and then I do have some bleeding hearts that, like I said, my friend gave me last year that are doing really well in here. I'll show you guys. I checked on them. I want to show you all the trilliums because they're beautiful. They're peaking right now. The deer have not found them. This patch that I'm going to show you guys, last year, the deer found them and ate them down to bare ground, and I thought it killed them. But they came back strong, so strong that I actually sectioned out and dug out a bunch of trilliums to transplant them to try to propagate more of them in the woods. So there they are. Look how beautiful they look. That is Some pretty red trilliums. There's enough grass around it that it won't attract the attention of the deer. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I do have daylilies in here that are coming. So yeah, that's my red trillium in here. That is called Prairie Trillium. The variegation gives it away in the red flower. Lots of different varieties of trillium. Then you guys, this year, early, I started transplanting. I've got some iris in here. Daylilies, lots of daylilies, and they've been doing really well in here. And there's actually a whole bunch of it transplanted in here in the grass. So we'll see what makes it. There's a big old daylily coming there. And there. And you can see some wild stuff coming. And then back in here, it's a little dark. Oh, there's one back there, but I did transplant a bunch of daylilies and some iris. So we'll see what makes it. Look at this iris. It's coming along good. It's even getting ready to produce a flower there. These are like little minis. There's some iris there. And I did tuck a bunch of daylilies and iris kind of all in through here. So there's some iris over there. Red-winged blackbirds are talking. They're not happy with me. There's some back in there. All right, and then let's go. I did sort of mow in here. Like I said, I checked on, I can even see them from here. My bleeding hearts, you guys see them? The pink straight ahead. Checked on those. I did mow a little in here so I wouldn't have such tripping hazards. So, oh, there's two. Good, they're both doing well. So there's two patches. I did not know if these were gonna make it last year. We got really droughty. But this one looks great. I wish these would be so neat if these flowered year round. Beggars can't be choosers. Then I can't remember if this is the second one from last year or if this is one from this year. But there's another one. I threw all sorts of wildflower seeds out here. I don't know if stuff will work or not, but we've got lots of wild rose, which I do not like because it doesn't flower, it just cuts you. Oh, they look so good. And then the bluebells, lots of bluebells. There's a couple down here and then lots of them up the hill. They're peaked, they're about done. There's one, two. I didn't plant these here, so these seeded down through here, which is fantastic. Mother Nature is seeding. This whole hillside will eventually get covered in bluebells. I may not be around here, may not be in my lifetime, but there's a ton of bluebells up in here. Unfortunately, it's really hard to see this time of year and this time of night and this time of year because they're about done. My gosh, I'm so excited. My flowers are doing really good. I did plant more. I just don't know if they're gonna come. I planted a whole bunch of white bleeding hearts. I have not yet seen any of those, so I don't know. That's our loud highway. Hear the birds, you guys? The warblers have returned. You're mostly hearing red-winged blackbirds and robins and cardinals. But before I put you guys on, I heard a whole bunch of warblers, so that's fun. The gnat catchers are back and the little fly catchers are coming through, so that's been a lot of fun. But we'll circle back up the hill. I'll show you guys. I've got I don't know, you guys, I have a old flower garden that is really overrun at this point by grass. It's just becoming a lot of upkeep. It's one of the ones I showed you guys before, and I said I was just digging and separating all kinds of stuff out it because honestly, I was really thinking I was going to just dig the whole thing out, but I didn't get that far. So, no sense killing plants. A lot of people, when they redo a flower garden, they just dig them out and throw them out. But for me, I can put them in the woods. Because if they're full of grass, I don't mind if they line the woods. And they are for the butterflies, the bees, all the pollinators. All right, this is where I put a bunch of them. Okay. I see the telltale look of a few in the tall grass. Hard to show you guys because bad sunlight. They look like they did well. So we got iris and daylilies coming up through here. And they'll just be a shock because they'll just bloom out of nowhere. But that's alright. Alright. You guys, I showed you this before. The grass. This is the problem with having a flower garden next to a hayfield. The grass seed blows in. But alright, here's where we're at. Everything's coming. Grass and weeds. The Russian sage is always incredibly late. Everybody's like, why don't you just cut that out and kill it? Well, you'd be surprised. It comes. It's starting to. It comes very late. So, yeah. I got a lot of grass I gotta pull or kill. Oh my gosh. You guys. I'm listening to the birds. Okay, so those funny ones in the back, that is such a wonderful plant for butterflies. I'm so happy to see it come. I gotta get in there and weed before it gets any bigger though. Oh lordy. Okay, this is my iris bed and I dug a ton of iris out and what's left is really happy. They're going crazy. I have a couple varieties in here. These really light colored ones were a surprise. I had no idea these were amongst the rhizomes that my neighbor gave me. First couple years they never looked like this. Then suddenly, so they are really, really cool looking iris. I can't wait to show you guys later when they bloom. Nice to see it's coming. My hosta's coming. This hosta is called Guacamole. So, all right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't be afraid to leave me a comment down below. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, join my YouTube family. I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.